So your husbands work together, and
They
you
do.
guys work together. When you got to dinner, do you talk about work, or are you able to shut it off?
We talk about the why because it's fun, but insurance isn't that fun.
Oh, my God.
we still have to stop
we're not talking about
insurance.
work.
Stop talking about profit.
So joining us today at the table are Angie Sowle, the president and CEO at the YMCA here in Springfield, and Lynn Eck, development director. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
I can already tell you're going to be the highest energy guest we've had today.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, geez, wow. Can we start over? I'm going to do some jumping jacks or something.
Well, that's what you do at the Y, right?
That's
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Actually, it's a good lead-in.
Yeah.
Some people think of the YMCA as another health club or a fitness club or organization, but that really just barely scratches the surface, correct?
Yep.
It's really true. And I mean, we are that, and that
Right.
is kind of the heart of the organization. If you're looking like across the country at universally, what do Ys do? That is present in every single organization. But we're the largest social service organization. We're one of the largest in the entire country. And just even in Springfield alone, we serve more youth than all other youth service organizations.
Which I had no
combined.
idea, by the way.
Yeah.
And those are typically at-risk youth, correct?
A lot of them.
A lot
yes.
of youth that live at or below poverty line or come from single-parent households or no-parent experiences with
Absolutely.
another family member.
Yeah,
Say more
absolutely.
about some of the service that you deliver to that group.
We our mission statement is to provide Christian programming for all. So it's that for all piece that really is kind of the heart about who we are. So no one is turned away.
Gotcha.
And you're not turned away due to religious preference, gender, age, ability, or income.
Yeah.
So we're one of the few that if you want to participate, we have a scholarship program. So we can remove the barrier of finances to allow you or your children to participate in Y programs at little or no cost.
Nice.
And that's kind of what sets us apart from others, because we have this philanthropic arm as well as we have the general, come in and get fit, swim and sweat, gym and swim, whatever you want to say. But we also have this entire other social service side that I think maybe isn't as well known.
So do you guys provide transportation then to kids if they need to get picked up? And
Depending
brought
on the
in?
program.
On the program.
But
Yeah,
yes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Depending on the program.
Yeah.
But
So say a little bit about, you mentioned depending upon the program, what are your, I don't know if this is a fair word, but I'll use it, your leading programs. What are your most popular?
Yeah.
Would that be a good word to use?
Sure.
What programs stand out? What
So-
programs should people listening to this know about?
one that they probably don't know about is our Rise and Shine program. And it's a program for kids in the district who have been designated as homeless or in trouble of being homeless. And they come to, we do kind of two programs within Rise. We have a school program where we come to them once a week and we provide lunch or dinner for them. We do some social emotional learning. We do tutoring, and then we have this really kind of cool wall that has all kinds of items on it. They earn money, in quotes, and they get to spend that money if they've behaved well during the week or have done their homework or
Did something nice for someone else, came to school all 5 days, because that's a
thing.
really tough one
Yeah.
too.
Right.
And then in the summer, we envelop them into our summer program. And that is one of the programs that we do provide transportation, because those children would not be able to participate
Gotcha.
because they wouldn't have the ability to get
Sure.
to the summer camp. So we do tutoring in the summer. We have all kinds of really fun field trips. They swim. They just are all just part of the summer camp. And that program costs us about $100,000 to provide that for kids.
We serve breakfast and lunch, and then we have a backpack full of food.
Oh, nice.
At the end of the weekend, we provide transportation to and from. We have certified teachers who tutor because summer learning loss is real. But for that population, they're already working behind grade level.
Yep.
So our goal is to keep them, where they were when they ended school, one school year, till they go into the next. We've been doing it. This was our 11th summer.
Wow.
So the school district tells us what school to be at. So it takes their teachers and their FACE liaison coordinators a few weeks. It's not typically a demographic that's always easily identifiable.
Sure.
So a lot of it is just teachers kind of figuring out the kids that look like they might be in need of a program like this. And then the district will send us to the school that they think has the highest need. And we do K through 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So during the school year, we do K through 5. We go to a school that the district designates for us, and then we work with that population. But in the summer, we take all the kids we ever served and invite them back to summer camp.
How many would you have kids?
Yeah, 50.
Okay, yeah,
50.
nice.
We started with 8 kids.
That's out.
So 50, and I'll just brag here. Well, maybe I've already been bragging, but I'll brag a little bit more. But we've had 8 high school graduates through that program. Now, I'm not suggesting that we, the YMCA, are the only reason that those kids graduated, but the graduation rate for homeless kids is abysmal. So to every single child who's been of age has gone through high school and graduated. We start them on a job training program at 14. Wow. We employ them. We
That's great.
Yeah, and we try to hang on to them and keep them as long as possible. So that's one of the programs where we'll pay for transportation. It's just part of the fundraising we do because we'd never be able to serve that demographic.
And we partner with companies here in Springfield, and they, for instance, Bunn Farms just offered to take all those kids out there at the farm. They got to ride the horses out there, feed horses.
Nice.
It was really, it's just things that those kids would never,
never be exposed to.
never have a chance to do. And
Knights Action Park, they're another good partner of ours because they pay for that whole group to come out
there.
Do
they really?
And let the kids play.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and you guys have a big annerversary, right? This year.
We do.
And so talk about that and what you're doing.
Don't we look good? I mean, it's 150, but don't we look really good? We look anywhere near that old.
No,
You've been there
not a
150.
Yes.
Well, you age well, Angie. You age well.
Bless you. It's dark in here. You can't really see.
150 years of service, continuous service to the Springfield community, and we're very proud of that.
And should be.
Not very many companies here in Springfield can say that they've had that big of a birthday. So we're excited about it. We've been celebrating really all year long.
150 years, you pomp and circumstance, all
that's a lot.
I think it's well deserved, right? Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, that will be a great
Well, and
night.
I remember growing up in Decatur. I mean, we grew up with Y, playing basketball on the weekends after school. And I mean, it really brought the city together, quite frankly, because you get to meet kids from all different schools. And
it really does. We, I'm not from Springfield originally, but same thing. Grew up in a small town, and the Y was always part of our life. So I agree with that completely. And I think it's one of the few places that you can go and be on a regular basis and look to the left and see somebody that doesn't look like you at all or hasn't had the same life experiences, and look to the right and find somebody that doesn't have the same life experiences. And a lot of times we find ourselves, kind of in the same place with the same type of people. And it's really refreshing and honestly good for all of us as a community to be exposed to people who are different than us. And the Y is a great place for that.
Couldn't agree more. I agree. Yeah, it's good stuff.
So locations, how many locations do you have?
Well, we have 2
for
Ys.
folks who may not know the market that well.
We have 2 Ys facilities in Springfield. So we have one on Carpenter and 4th Street, and then we have one on Isles, our Care Sodas facility. So those are our 2 main campuses. We also have a day camp, which we call Camp Wakanta on Lake Springfield. We have 26 acres there.
Oh, really?
And
I didn't know that.
we're right by the Boy Scout camp.
I was just going to ask that.
Literally,
Is it
we
just
share
after
the
you
drive.
cross over the lake and I know right where you're talking about.
Right, so gorgeous,
it's
wooded
beautiful back
area. It is. It's kind of a well-kept secret. We don't do a ton of programming besides summer camp and kids programming's out there seasonally, but right on the lake. So we've got, canoeing and kayaking and fishing and archery, and we've got a lodge and lots of green space and trails to hike. So we've got that facility too. We recently built our own soccer fields at the Sarasota. So we've got 11 fields out there too. We had been playing for, since the history of soccer really at UIS, and it just seemed like a really good time to invest in our own programming. So we have our own soccer fields here, and then we have a presence in Lincoln too. We don't have a building there. We use some of the community buildings, but we program kind of just like we do here. So we've got a wellness center. We do youth sports. We've got summer camp before and after school, and we program in the Lincoln community as well.
I had no idea. I'm glad I asked that about location.
We're in Chatham at after school sites and after school sites. Yeah, in Chatham.
In Sherman.
And Sherman.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah,
like
we're
it.
everywhere.
And is there a partnership with Memorial on the one downtown? Can you guys talk about that? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we just...
And the only reason I know that is because we did a small water loss there, you know, and I think we worked with...
You did.
That was
or
small.
you.
That was a small water loss.
It might have been small to you, Brad. That was not small to us in any way.
Right?
In any way.
Okay.
I remember being there on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
no,
years
right.
ago.
Woo!
Water. Not good,
We were, why are the sprinklers on? I don't know. Oh my God. Memorial's been a great partner of ours. And when Carasotis was built, so Carasotis opened at the end of the year in 11. Okay. So,
Man, has it
do the
been that long
right?
ago?
Yeah. So in the beginning there, they stepped up in a big way along with the Carasotis family to help get that fundraising effort and get that off the ground. And they've just continued to, to help shepherd us into.
And they're a local family?
Carasotis, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not being from here.
Yes, Carasotis owned the movie theaters before they became AMCs.
Okay.
So
Very
I don't
good.
know how many
Makes
of the
sense.
original Carasotis family are still in the community, but yes,
Sure.
they
Very good.
big
Thank you.
Springfield family. Yes, and then and then just Memorial continued to. To be there for us, or we continued to not let them leave us. I'm not sure. But then when it came time to do downtown, we were really committed to staying in that downtown area. That's where the need is. We want to be accessible to people, and they were just really good about helping us find the spot to do that, which isn't easy downtown. When you're talking about 90,000 square feet,
I agree.
and then parking for 20,000 members. I mean, it's a lot. So they've been really good to us and help and help us fund the building and continue in our operations.
That's
so
awesome.
they've been really, really good to us.
They're fantastic.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're so community,
Yes.
so community minded, and we have not all that different missions really. I mean, they're they're on the healthcare side to take care of you when you're sick too, but they also have they're a big proponent for just being healthier people. And we'll go back to what we said originally about the why, trying to get in and to be fit. So it's really a nice partnership.
That's terrific.
Now you had sometime recent had a golf outing as well, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah.
Last week.
That go well?
Was it last week? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, they all run together, don't
It's
they?
so
Yes.
true.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago,
It was awesome. We had we had 31 teams. So
that's good.
124, yeah, that's
nice
turnout.
We did. Troxel's our lemonade, vodka lemonade sponsor every year, so we had plenty of that flowing.
Which does help for a good golf outing.
Oh, you bet it does.
We had a really kind of cool thing this year. We had it was a gun that shot your golf ball. Have you guys seen that?
No,
I've
never
seen
seen that.
So
a
that was
launcher,
your
golf ball launcher?
That was it was a golf ball launcher.
Is
It's an
it
AK-47.
legal? Could I get one for my golf bag and just instead of swinging the
like
club?
300 yards it would shoot.
Well,
So,
he definitely needs that. After
sure.
playing with him last
So that
time.
was-
Yeah.
that was a lot
I mean,
of
is
fun.
it very accurate directionally?
You need
It
like
does
down
not
the middle of the
slice.
fairway?
No, it does not slice. Yeah.
But we
Unless
had
you like-
people could pay to do that, and then you could use it as your driver, not depending on
Oh,
how you
oh,
did it.
that's
So we had
cool.
that on one
Never
of the holes.
seen that.
It's
So
pretty cool.
That is fun.
well, we're very cutting edge, Chris.
We
I don't know
are.
if you know that
I
about
would
us.
say
but-
you are. It's very cutting edge. Yeah.
I mean,
I
feel
need
good
one of
about
those for my.
yourselves.
I need one of those for my golf bag.
Be a bragger.
So it was, people really liked it. And some people were like, oh, it was terrible. They didn't know if they weren't used to shoot. We had one guy from one local team who said, well, do you care how I shoot it? I don't care how you shoot it. He goes, do you care if I get down on the ground like a sniper? And he did.
That's what you want to do, right?
So,
that is a riot.
As long as you're right.
Oh my
I
God.
know, yeah,
shoot it
right,
however you
yeah.
want.
Like, we're not going to ask you back your background. Just
Actually, a woman, believe it or not, she had the
Best drive.
Actually, it was
Longest
our
drive?
CFO.
Is that right? Well,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lots of fun.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So that we raised about $40,000 with that golf
terrific.
outing.
Very
Which
good.
is really great.
What are
Out-
some of your bigger fundraisers
Okay,
that you have?
excuse me, Brad. Until this year, that definitely. Now our gala, which, I don't know, we're not going to celebrate 150 years every year, but
right.
that will be our biggest this year. But the golf, besides that, is our biggest fundraiser. We also do one in Lincoln, right, because we support that Lincoln community. So we do one there in May earlier in the year, too. And for the size of the community there, it's really well received, and it's really well, it's the Elks. Lincoln Elks Club, they do it, and that's a beautiful course.
It
and
is a nice course.
Yeah, people really like
there.
it.
It's
so
beautiful.
yeah, we do that too. We also, but let's talk about Ninja because that was a good
so fun. So Ninja is it's a ninja course. So it's an obstacle course, and it is not for the faint of heart. It is a serious course. This was our second year, and this year we decided to add a corporate component to it. So we had 6 different businesses, local businesses, Springfield businesses, participate in it, and the Ninja course was one of the activities. Then we had volleyball and basketball. We had dodgeball, golfing, tug of war.
Oh, that's cool.
And they all competed. They all earned points. Yep. And then we had a big winner at the end.
So the local businesses compete against one
each other.
This is the thing you strong-armed us into doing. This
Chris, I think you have that wrong. This is the thing that you guys couldn't wait to do, and you're super excited about joining us next year.
They looked into your past athletic prowess and thought you would be a good candidate to be.
Said the guy can hardly walk. Let's make him do this.
Wait to see you in dodgeball.
So in 2025,
I can't get out of my own way.
As quick as you move, you better bring that fireball with you.
So 2025, Peerless will be on the
We
will
will be present. We
actually
actually starting our training program.
Oh, yeah, good for you. We had a
Did they
ton
have
of fun.
like a beer bong contest or
I
anything
know,
like
but you know what? You are not the only person that's asked that because after the 6 teams that did that this year in 24, they said, you need some kind of a, beer drinking challenge. We'd win at that.
Something,
It was a great day. We do it all at the Carasotas location and all in the course of one day. There are some activities that overlap. You can, roster of 15 people or less, no more than 15. But really
so everybody doesn't have to do every event.
Correct. Like if you really don't want to do dodgeball, Chris, you don't have, you don't have to do dodgeball. So then we do that on Friday for the businesses, and then on Saturday we had that Ninja open to the community. But it's really funny because we had done the community Ninja before. We hadn't done the corporate. So most of the community Ninja is kids and their parents or kids old enough to go through it on their own. And it does take
20 minutes.
25 minutes to go through it. I mean, it is not a small course. Right. And we had never heard a single person complain about the challenge, like the athletic challenge of it all, till we put adults through it. Oh, yeah. And they got done saying, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And it was the first event we did. Oh, I love it. The Ninja was the first thing we did. Cool. And people were dogging it. Yeah, it was tough.
I love it.
We have the Springfield Police come out and they do us a little activity for us. Yeah. And then Michael Phelan
the
from
outlet.
The outlet, he comes and does one for us. Trying to think, Blue Cross Blue Shield's our water sponsor. They come out and do a little thing. It's really a very
Hy-Vee does our food.
Hy-Vee does our food.
So
Yeah, it's a really fun.
Yeah, it's definitely a community event.
Because it was our 150th, we did do a foam party after that, and that was really the highlight of the day.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
You guys get ready.
Oh, we are. We're in training mode.
Yeah.
It's on. We got,
When does that start?
It's in the summer, I think.
The day before?
We really haven't started the training yet.
No, but we will.
Yeah.
Chris, maybe you should just do the paper airplane.
Perfect.
Well, if you guys need membership to the Y to get your training program, just let us know. We can help you with that. We can help you with that too.
I like it.
After all the fundraising you did here, could I get a scholarship?
Yeah. And by the way, they'll pick you up too.
Right.
We have a bus. I don't know if you know that.
Too much fun here. How long have the two of you been at the Y?
I mean, it's our 150th.
This is my 11th year as CEO, and I hired her 1 year after I started.
Okay.
So
one
of the best decisions.
Well, tell them
I've
how long
ever
you've
made.
been with the Y, though.
Yeah, because you were in another role prior to CEO, correct?
Yeah, honestly, my entire adult life. Like I came to Springfield out of college to work at the Y.
Oh, really?
So I was hired as a young, 23-year-old, moved here. I'm from a small town in Iowa, so packing up my car and driving here, I thought I was going to just come over a hill and see lights like St. Louis. I was like, I'm in the big city. Yeah. But I came in, I ran the fitness and the gymnastics program and did that for several years. Then I was the associate executive director, then 17 years total, and had some pretty significant health issues. And so just decided it was best to step back. I didn't have the energy and wherewithal to commit to the job. It's great. Great job. It's great. But I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Well, if you guys need membership to the Y to get your training program, just let us know. We can help you with that. We can help you with that too. great place to work, but it does take a lot out of you.
I bet.
And so during that time, then also had my 4th child, so stayed home for 8 years and came back as CEO. So yeah, I've been there like total of like 35 years.
Wow.
I mean, it's really the only thing I've ever done.
That's awesome.
Complete lack of motivation, I guess. I'm just stay.
So
We're very passionate about what you do.
Yeah.
Very passionate about what you do.
No, I do.
you can tell you guys
grew
are
up
both.
grew up in a small town, and the Y was always part of our life, and I never thought about working at the Y as a career ever until I did an internship in college and in my hometown, and I ran a summer program for that was government subsidized for kids in the community who were low income, and I just saw the role the Y played in their life and the impact it made, and I just said that's what I want to do, and I've never done anything else.
Terrific.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, so your husbands work together.
They
and
do.
You guys work together. When you go out to dinner, do you talk about work, or are you able to shut it off?
We talk about the why because it's fun, but insurance isn't that fun.
Oh my God.
we still have stop
we're not talking about
insurance.
Stop talking about profit loss.
That's great.
Yeah, no, we try to shut down the insurance talk, to be honest.
I'm so excited.
We all need it.
Unfortunately. Amen.
Yes, you do. Buy more
Just
of-
remind
buy
them when
more
it
of
does
buy
come
more
up that Peerless is right across the street.
Yes,
When they have a
absolutely.
lawsuit, call.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Lynn and her husband John grew up with my husband Todd, so I'm definitely the outsider, go.
That's
But
right.
they all
Didn't
grew up
they
together.
introduce you? And,
Yeah,
Okay.
they
Yes.
did.
Well,
right.
not by. I mean, we didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Yeah. She lived next door, raising her 2 kids as a single mom, and Todd would come over all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And he
To
came
help
over.
you were getting ready to move.
Well, no, he came over all the time.
Oh, before
just,
that.
just,
Okay.
just to hang out and stuff. And then he came. We were like, well, Todd, come on over and help us. We're getting ready to move.
Yep.
And he saw put one eye, both eyes, I guess, on Angie, and he was.
It was in.
It was
Done.
Yeah,
It was
he
on.
done.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a cool story.
Most of the time, I thank Lynn for that.
Some days not
It
so
was
much.
about 30 years ago, so I'd say it was
And I am quite a
success.
matchmaker. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, I love it.
Match made a lot of people.
Everybody loves Todd when he comes in. He's always got a smile on his face.
Yeah,
And
he's a good
high
guy.
energy guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's a guy when you cross his path, you always feel a little bit better. You know,
Yeah.
One of those
Oh,
guys,
that's
high
really
energy.
nice of you to
Seriously.
say.
No, I mean it.
Yeah. Well, we always say that there's no neutral people in the world, right?
Right.
I mean, every
Yeah.
human encounter you have, you either walk away with more energy or less.
Oh,
Either-
that is so true.
You either feel
That is
energized
true.
or drained.
But he's one of those guys. Would you
Yeah.
say? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And Ben, his brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who I just love and adore. I mean, I had not seen him in forever, and we went out to dinner the other night. It's probably 2-3 months ago. I don't know, did I tell you the story?
No.
And we're out with a group of I think maybe 5 couples. He picked up the whole tab.
Oh.
Just wanted to thank me for being his friend. And
Yeah.
great to see.
Super
And I
yeah.
can't make.
Well,
I mean, it was a
he
big
doesn't
ticket.
have a lot
generous.
of friends. So he probably was really.
Right. I have to pay for my
Yeah,
friends.
but I was just like, okay, you're the guy. No, it was awesome.
Yeah,
He was
that's
a
great
great
cool.
dude,
great.
man.
You're a great
Great
family,
person.
and Ben's
Yeah.
and Ben's a really
Yeah, he's a
good
good
person
one.
too. It's funny because Todd, oldest of 4 boys, and Ben, the youngest of 4 boys, so they spent the least amount of time together in terms of living in the household and stuff. But they are so similar.
Similar, exactly,
So
yes.
similar.
And really close. I mean, they're
Yeah,
really
yeah.
close.
Very good.
Very
I
close.
couldn't agree more. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
I think the first time our paths crossed was when our daughters swam together at the Y. I just thought about that as
I
we
was
were sitting
I
there.
was telling Lynn that on the way here. I was saying that your oldest daughter Brittany is the same age as my oldest daughter Jordan,
Yep.
and they were big buds. Swam together for
At the
years
Y.
at the Y. Of course,
Yes.
that's where it all comes back
Yeah.
to the Y.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, a
it.
lot of good memories. Chris and I logged a lot of miles, right? Timing at the end of the swim meets and driving there in the dark and coming
12-hour
back in
day
the dark.
for a 30-second event.
And that's what you want, because that's if they do it well.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. It's true.
30
That's
seconds.
true. Yeah. More like a minute 30.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
Yeah, no, those are fun days for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
You got to
Absolutely.
ask him the question.
Oh, we will. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Brad makes it a big deal, the question. So,
it's
I
a
mean, you guys have
question.
been together, worked together for 10 years, but had long careers beyond that. So, if you could look back 25, 30 years and tell your younger self or give your younger self a piece of advice based on what you've learned over all those years, what would that advice be?
I think I would have worked the Y sooner. Well, first of all, I think I would have stayed home longer because I loved staying home with my kids. That part of my life, I wouldn't change for anything in the world.
Right.
But I think that I probably would have worked at the Y. I would have worked at the Y sooner.
Gotcha.
Because I love the people I work with. I love the fact that we are just changing lives. It's really a very fulfilling and very cool.
That's cool
thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what it would be. I would have changed my career and come to the Y sooner.
Yeah.
I'm running out of time.
We ought to ask Jay that question.
running out
You
of
think
time.
he would have wanted to stay home longer?
Who's that?
Jay.
Yeah, he probably
production
would. Our
manager
production
over there.
guy. Yeah.
He's shaking his head, yes.
Loves his kids.
Yeah, shaking his head, shaking his head, yes.
So we do. Yeah. So what would your advice
I don't know if I did get started in the Y and I loved it. There were a couple times in my life that I thought maybe I'm done. You know, maybe I've given what I have to give and
That was
I
yesterday.
should look. It's tomorrow.
That's a riot.
to see if there's something else. And I did a couple of different times apply for other jobs. You know, it's that kind of thing where you're like, oh, thank goodness, thank God for unanswered prayers, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because at the time I felt like I had kind of extinguished what I felt like I could contribute. And so luckily no one wanted to hire me.
Yeah.
So, I guess I would just tell my younger self, just stay, you're in the right place. Just, just stay put because you get through that, whatever that was, at the time, and you get to the spot where you are now. And I really can't imagine doing, and you guys have, it looks like you guys have lots of fun too, but I mean, we work, we work really hard.
Yeah. And we do,
but
I'm with you.
But we
that's a big-
have,
that's
no,
a
it is, and it's a
productive culture.
bonding,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's
it's a productive
bonding.
culture,
So
for
like,
sure.
I mean, some of, my favorite people in the entire world outside of my immediate family have come from my relationships at the Y, people I've worked with or members that I've met there, parents of, for so long, you're only spending time with the parents of the kids that your kids are doing sports with, right?
yeah.
Like that's what you do. It's some of the most meaningful relationships.
we've been through that.
Yeah, so I think that's
love
it. I think I'm glad when I felt stalled that I didn't leave because I can't imagine being anywhere else.
Well, based on how you guys seem to have a lot of fun, I can only imagine what kind of culture you have within the organization, which is awesome for the community particularly.
Yeah, we were at a meeting just this past week. Our association, we're part of Restoration Affiliates, 28 or 9 other independent restoration companies, and one of the subjects about leadership and employee engagement really boiled down to the people who love their work the most. It's not so much what they do. It's the people they get to do it with.
Yeah.
And when you get to do it with people you love and do something you love, there is not a better mix.
I agree.
mean,
Agreed.
I think we're all made for community and relationship. When you get to work,
human beings are, right? You're made
and
for social
reality is we
relationships.
spend more time at work than we do
Absolutely.
doing anything else in our lives.
Yeah.
And so if we can work with people we love to work with and we enjoy and we are energizing to one another and then get to do something you love like you guys do on top of that.
I have to say, 11 years ago when I decided to take the job, I was a little bit nervous because, Angie and I have been friends for a long time, and she was going to be my boss. You know, that was going to be, I was like, oh, gosh, what if this doesn't work out?
And
But-
again, our husbands are partners.
Right.
Like, right? There's a lot of incestuous things going on.
blow up the whole world, right?
Yeah, that's right.
But she's the best boss.
Sure.
I'm not just saying that because my review is coming up.
Because
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to her.
Your review must be tomorrow. Huh?
She really is.
Yeah.
Just very inspirational. Just
That's
a
awesome.
great leader, and I'm very, very fortunate to be part of this. Really,
That's
honestly.
terrific.
So.
That's great. I love it.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
When one of the things about, COVID too, the part was that social isolation. Well, I think that, like, as if we needed proof, but people need people, right? So
sure.
I think when you work outward facing, in businesses like ours, like you are definitely one of those people that recognizes that. So there's no being lonely or bored at the Y. You just walk in the front doors and there's
there's stuff going
people,
on.
everywhere in different walks of life and different ages. And I think that it's one of those things we've never longed for. And I think some people do in their professional life. And we just have been really fortunate.
That's great. Yeah. I love it.
Good stuff. Thank you
for taking
carving out the time for us.
Thanks for having us, guys. Let us know when we can come back and get some more money from you.
Yeah.
That's a perfect way to
That's
end
right.
it.
That was excellent. Yeah. Thank you.
This was fun.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Yeah.